So today I'm going to be doing a unhauling video. I keep messing that up every time I say it, but I'm going to be getting rid of some books, providing them a better home because either I didn't like them or I just have no space for them. I don't have a bookcase, I don't have room for a bookcase, so I keep all my books in my closet. It's like set up like a cubicle thing, and I have too many, and a lot of these books that I'm holding right now are books that, you know, could use a better home. First one up is Allegiant. This is the third in the Divergent series. I've talked a lot about not liking this one. And this is like in perfect condition. I purchased this the day it came out at Barnes & Noble's right before my class. So this was a couple years ago. Yeah, I just didn't like the way the series ended. I thought too much was put into the novel very last minute, especially the DNA stuff. I barely remember this book, honestly, at this point because I only read it once. But did not like the ending, so I'm gonna give this away. The next book is a book that I do like, but it's an extra copy. This is Outlander, and it was made into a show on Stars. They were giving these out at BookCon. I already have one that I had purchased prior to getting this one. Outlander is a great series, but I just haven't continued on after the second or third book just because it turns into like a very much historical fiction story, and yes, there's romance in it, but I get confused with all the Scottish battles. It's a series that I like to tackle later on, basically, so I'm gonna be giving this away. The next novel is The Vampire Diaries. This is the second one in the series. I was obsessed with The Vampire Diaries, the television show on CW. The first 3 seasons are amazing. Everything after that, I really lost interest in terms of the writing of the show. The book series, Elena's a lot different than how she's portrayed in the show. She's a blonde here. She's much more popular. She's much more in your face. She's kind of like a mean girl, I feel, in this book. I enjoyed the series. These first 2 were cool at the time. I read this in high school, but I'm gonna give it away. And I only have a second one. I had a bad habit of loving a book so much, the first one, and then getting the second one because the first one was from the library. So I would purchase the second one of any series and then find that I just didn't love it as much and then never complete the series. So that's a very bad habit, and this is one of those books like that. Getting rid of Delirium as well. This is a beautiful book. I know a lot of people don't like it. I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. I picked it up on a whim, having heard nothing about it. To me, it reminds me of The Giver. And in terms of having a concept or a plot that's extremely difficult to describe, basically in this world, love is considered a disease. So you're living in a society where you take certain medication and stuff not to feel love, even not even just romantic love, even love between your parents or your children and stuff. Like, there's no love. So our protagonist falls in love with a guy, and it's like this whole amazing experience, and I don't know, it's really well written. I think it's a really beautiful book, but I am giving it away, and I didn't really like the ending, and then by the second book I lost interest in it. But Delirium was cute. Okay, so moving on to the last book. This is Mystic City by Theo Lawrence. I picked this book up, not gonna lie, a couple years ago because the cover reminded me of Lily Collins, and I love Lily Collins. And I think this was right before she had been cast as Clary in The Mortal Instruments. Writing here isn't amazing. I always overlooked it because I like the premise. Basically, it's like a dystopian world where it's like Manhattan, but everyone lives on high-rises. So like the ground level is contaminated or something like that. I don't remember, but basically everyone ends up living at the very top of buildings, and like there's all these bridges, and the way the world building is really nice in my opinion. But there's a lot of politics in this. She falls in love with a guy who's mysterious, and she kind of loses her memory for a period of time, and I don't know, it was cute at the time. That's all the books that I am unhauling. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys very soon. Next video will be a Harry Potter discussion number 2 for Chamber of Secrets. Bye everybody!